All right, here we are, guys. Setting up for hole number 3. Now, what will be ideal is if I can start to unlock things like Thorn. As you can see, it's not unlocked yet. Being able to come at this with a backspin approach is ideal. Alternatively, I'm going to have to set up with an Apache, which is going to kind of change the way that I need to play it. And having thing like a Quasar with side spin is going to be ideal. So that's what I'm going to set up for here. And let's see if we can't jump in, find somebody real quick. So what I'll typically try to do here is maybe play 5 rings, a little bit of curl, a little bit of power, not try to force the issue too much. If we can just get it up to that Apache is kind of what we're looking to do here. And using that curl is going to give me that nice angle to get this moving around. And that may actually be just a little bit farther. It's almost better to keep it just kind of a little bit more in here. It creates a nice, better angle because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to shoot up through this funnel here. It's going to be hard to do with where I just overshot mine too. So we'll have to improvise and kind of fix that in later attempts. But it is what it is at this point. Kind of the shorter you keep it, the better. I'm just going to kind of create just a harder angle and make it even harder for me to be able to hold this one out. So here you can see, the one thing that I don't have is backspin. So because of that fact, we can't get too aggressive here with this shot. And we're going to have to just try to Apache it up the hill a little bit. So I'm kind of thinking somewhere along the lines of this with some curl. It's really the only shot that I have. Somewhere right around here. As I mentioned, with the curl, I really don't have much hope. And you can see even that is not going to quite roll up the hill. I just clipped the rough. It's better if you can get it to miss that rough. So I used just a little bit too much curl too and didn't get the best bounce. You can see there, just put it okay. Now this shot is risky. If you hit this fairway at all, anywhere on the fairway, so you can see with where my opponent's aiming, if you hit this fairway, it's going to run back in this bunker. So it has to land up on the fringe or the green. Absolutely must. So you can see with what my opponent's ball guide is doing. So any short hit whatsoever puts you in the sand here, or if you overplay the wind. So something you got to be very careful of. There you can see my opponent catches the fringe, and it gives you a good chance to be able to backspin. That's the reason that I need to unlock that thorn to give myself a chance to get that hole out. What I'll do here, as you can see, the hole is smaller. So all I'm going to do is just run this into the pin. Even with a great ball, I should be able to get this one in. And that's because the middle circle is smaller. So that's how I know. Anytime the middle circle is smaller than the cup, you can dunk at any point and even get a great ball. So tough hole here, especially going up against a Guardian. We'll see what they do. You really don't need much backspin here. It almost benefits you to have 2 or 3. It looks like that's what he's doing. Nope, switching. I'm not sure what he's doing. So this is looking like it's going to run down the hill. Added just a little bit of power too. We'll have to just see if it does or not. Yeah, so sure enough, that's going to roll down the hill a little bit. So should be able to beat that, especially with the extra side spin that we have. As I mentioned, you know, right around 3 backspin seems to be perfect, which is what I have anyway. And what I'll typically try to do is get that hop right next to the fringe there, kind of right in like that. Other than that, just use just a little bit of curl. 2 rings here. Pretty good, just a little bit short. Just a little bit short. But overall, not too bad. So good luck with that 4th hole, guys, and I'll see you guys on 5 coming up.